Three charged over a fatal Denham Town shooting. Two serving police constables and a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force have been charged with murder in connection with the fatal shooting of Nicholas Miller in Denham Town, Kingston. Constables Delano, Stewart, and Javaun Francis, along with former constable Odain Williams, are accused in relation to what the Independent Commission of Investigations described as an on-duty shooting incident on Welling Street on September 6, 2023. Police had reported that Miller was shot during the pursuit of suspected robbers traveling in a black motor car. However, eyewitnesses reportedly disputed claims that Miller was involved in criminal activity. Stewart and Francis were each offered bail in the sum of 500,000 Jamaican dollars, subject to reporting conditions. Williams was remanded after authorities said he was intercepted while attempting to board a departing flight on July 21st. The three are expected to return to court today. INDECOM says 68 members of the security forces have been charged with criminal offenses since January 2024 in cases investigated by the Commission. Police disrupt three Parish break-in gang. Police say they have disrupted an organized criminal group believed to be responsible for repeated break-ins at businesses across Portland, St. Mary, and St. Ann. Portland's commanding officer, Superintendent Ainsley McCarthy, said the group primarily targeted establishments containing gaming or poker machines. He told a police commissioner's Area 2 town hall meeting that several suspected members had recently been arrested and charged in St. Ann. Two men identified by the police as John Bennett, otherwise called Bad B, and Rolando Thomas, otherwise called Lando, were said to be in custody, while other suspected members remained at large. McCarthy said Portland recorded no commercial break-ins while the suspects were detained in St. Ann, which investigators believe demonstrates a connection between the arrest and the reduction in reported burglaries. Police say intelligence-led operations targeting the remaining suspects are continuing. Caribbean Cement profit surges nearly five-fold. Caribbean Cement Company has reported a second quarter profit of 2.7 billion Jamaican dollars, almost 5 times the $544 million earned during the corresponding period in 2025. The company recorded its highest ever second quarter sales volume, reaching 110,647 metric tons. Management attributed the improvement to increased production capacity, stronger operating efficiency, and growing reconstruction demand following Hurricane Melissa. The absence of a maintenance shutdown, which affected last year's results, also contributed to the increase. Caribbean Cement recently completed a $42 million expansion of its kiln lifting annual production capacity from approximately 1 million to 1.3 million tons. For the first 6 months of 2026, net income more than doubled to $5.75 billion, while revenue increased by 14% to $18.57 billion. The company says sufficient inventory has been secured to maintain supplies during scheduled third quarter maintenance. Man killed in Mandeville crash. A man has died following a two-vehicle collision along Manchester Road in Mandeville on Thursday evening. Preliminary reports indicate that approximately 7 o'clock, a Toyota IAS traveling south from Mandeville went out of control. The vehicle reportedly mounted an embankment before crossing to the opposite side of the roadway and colliding with a Honda CR-V. Eyewitnesses says that the IAS overturned on top of the Honda. The driver of the IAS was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The occupants of the Honda were medically examined at the crash scene. The identity of the deceased had not been released at the time of the initial report. Investigators are expected to determine what caused the driver to lose control of the vehicle. Jamaican among 15 arrested in immigration operation. A Jamaican national is among 15 people arrested in a recent United States immigration and customs enforcement operation. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security identified the Jamaican as Warren Davis. American authorities said Davis had previously been convicted of murder, burglary, and robbery involving forcible theft with a deadly weapon in White Plains, New York. The department did not disclose details of the individual cases or say when Davis could be removed from the United States. The other people detained reportedly came from Mexico, Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, Honduras, Cuba, China, and Laos. U.S. officials said almost 70% of ICE arrests under the current administration involved non-citizens charged with or convicted of crimes in the United States. The allegations and convictions associated with the detainees include gun possession, drug trafficking, and robbery. Subscribe today, turn on notifications, and never miss the stories that matter most. Jamaica News Now, your Highlands, your news, right now.